Hi everybody, welcome to Tarot by Sadie. Tonight, I want to go back to the very beginning when I started doing this. It was in a bar in Cincinnati, where I'm from. It's called Mixwell's, and I asked if I could come in and do some readings and just have fun with everyone, because I knew that I needed to do this, and I knew people wanted and needed tarot. So this was my first deck. It's Russian because it was cheap, it was really pretty, and if I messed up, they couldn't read it to know that I did it wrong. But yeah, I loved it. It was a great time. I only had a few drunk guys not understand what I was telling them, but most of the time the messages got through and people were really grateful. So tonight, I just want to, in the spirit of all the people that I helped, the young people that are looking for love and just starting out in life, I want to give you guys an opportunity to realize your potential, and I want the cards to tell me what to tell you about how you should be this year. So, now you can't see the cards. I'll show them to you. It's very important to remember who you are when it comes to tarot. All right. So, first we have the Two of Swords. Next, Ace of Wands. Next, Three of Swords. And lastly, the Queen of Cups. So when we talk about the Two of Swords, it has to do with two people fighting. But in this case, it has to do with your dual nature and what you're trying to be in life. You have two different paths you want to go on. And you know that in the grand scheme of things, either you'll pick the right one, it just goes on, or whatever you pick will become the right one, if you seek correctly. If you randomly pick unwisely, then you could end up with something that hurts you in the long run. And I want to help you find out which one you should be doing. So the Two of Swords is where we're going to start. Think about that as two paths. The Ace of Wands is about the passion of you starting over, starting a new leaf after college. You really want to succeed, but you don't exactly know what that means yet, or what it would look like to you. The Three of Swords always has to do with heartache, leaving something behind, grief. It's hard to leave childhood behind and start over. We'll start afresh anyway. But this is the easiest transition you'll ever make. Remember that when you are trying to get money, when you're trying to establish yourself, to have fun, and remember the spirit of college, because that was a passion that shouldn't die. It actually was freedom. That's what you felt. And anything that goes on in the rest of life, if you use the spirit of freedom and initiation to start where you're going, you'll always do correct. Now, the Queen of Cups means, in this case, it means your mother, but it means that you are to be loving and kind to everyone that you meet, and to become a place of solace, a receptive, kind, generous person who lets people into their home and who makes their home a tranquil place. Have compassion on others, in other words. You can still be wise, but remember who needs you is yourself first, but everyone around you who you need, they need you in some way. Now, the Chariot, these are the qualifiers. The Lovers, and the Strength. So the Chariot means that you are starting to go forward and the momentum is good. The Lovers is something that you want or that you already have, you're starting out with. All these things are in the beginning of the initiate's journey, in the beginning of the fool's journey. Fool meaning innocent. And then strength is what you need and what you gain as you go through the journey. So this is the Judgment. This doesn't mean judgment on you at the end of time this time. It actually means that your real self is so important to find that if you don't, you will have wasted your life. And this is good. And how you find it, the Moon, is to subconsciously, to bring out your subconscious and to examine the motives that you have to find out which way to go on this path. There's two options you have. This is funny. We don't want you to regret, Five of Cups. We don't want you to regret what you do. So, okay. Eight of Coins. Remember, what you build is going to be, it can stand the test of time or it can be thrown away. Now, if you mess up and it's thrown away, it doesn't matter. But if it's something that really meant something and it's thrown away, you won't be able to get it back. Build something to last. I think that's something that you can take into this with the Two of Swords. Build something that lasts, that you won't regret doing, because it has to do with your real self, your subconscious self. It has to do with love. It has to do with finding love sexually also. And it has to do with becoming strong. So whichever path has all of those or most of those in it, you can bet that's the right one. The Two of Swords is actually, it's one of the best cards because it shows you 100% that a decision has to be made. And decisions are easy and hard, but this one, coming right out of the gate, coming right out of college, it's really, 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 really apt for your situation. All I can say is, we'll go over it again. Pick whichever path brings you love, strength, something that's worth working for, something that you won't regret working for, and something that has to do with your real self and your subconscious. So Good luck, initiates, and I'll see you next time.